Today I am going to explain one of the topic in AutoCAD. That topic name is dynamic block, or also we called it as block editor. Where we use the dynamic block means suppose we already created one block in a sketch. If we convert that sketch, we convert in the block means after converting the block, if we need any modification for that sketch, if I want to edit that sketch, so for that we use that block editor or dynamic. So we take one example. Suppose if we create any sketch, suppose if we make any rectangle, after making it I have to convert this rectangle into the block. So for that we have to give B enter. For that, after giving B enter, we have to give the name of that block. Suppose if I give the name of REC rectangle, after giving the name, then we have to specify the pick point. So from where we have to pick point means from where we have to pick that block and where we have to drop it. So for the to select the pick point means we have to keep the X, Y and Z distance also for that, and we can select random point also using this pick points. After selecting this, we have to give the pick point. Suppose if I give the pick point somewhere here, after giving the point we have to select the object, means which object we want to convert the block. So for that we have to select from this select object and select the object like this. Then we have to give enter. After that we have to give the units, like which unit we have to set for this unit. So I given this units as millimeter. Then here we have option like open in block editor. So if we off it, so that block editor option will not get open. So if I on, then only that block editor it will get open. So suppose if I off it from now, for now, after this if I give OK, so now here the block editor, this object is converted in block. So suppose if I want any modification for this block, so for this here it is not possible to modify it. Here it is not possible to change the length and so if I want to change the length or if I want to modify this block, so for that we have to open the block editor or dynamic block. So if I want to open, how to open means we have to double click on this object and here we have to give the name, and after this we have to give OK. If I give OK, so here block editor or dynamic block, it is get opened. So if I want to change the length also, we can change, like select this and we can change the length, or we can stretch this thing we can do here in the block editor. And if the block editor will open, so here we have two options like parameter and action. So without parameter, action is not possible. So which type of action here it is, like move, scale, stretch, polar stretch, different action we have. Suppose if I want to move this object from any particular point, so for that without parameter this move action is not possible here. Why? Because if I want to move this object from any point, so for that we have to apply the parameter. For that means with respect to which point we have to move it. So in the parameter we have to apply one point parameter, so from which point we have to move this. So if I want to apply the parameters, so go to the here we have to click on this parameter, then we have to select from here point, then from which point we have to move, there we have to click. Like suppose if I give from the center, so if I put that point in the center and we have to give the position of the text where we have to give the position, you can click it. Then after applying this parameter, so since we didn't apply any action, so for this parameter only one action is possible, that action name is move. So after this we have to go to the action, here we have to select move command from here. Then here in the bottom in the command box it is telling us that we have to select the parameters first. So what parameter we given here, with that move it is given, so we have to select this parameter like this. After selecting the parameter we have to select the object, like which object you want to apply these parameters. So we can select the object like this. Then if I give enter, then as we see this move command, that move action is already applied for this parameter. After that if I'm going to close it, close the block editor from here, if we close it, then here it will asking that whether you want to save the change for the block or not. So yeah, I want to save it. So from here I have to select the save the changes. So if I select it, here we'll see one point is created here for the move. From this point you can select this point and you can move from here to some other position. So that is that action we already applied for this move command. So again I want to apply some other action for this other parameters. So again we have to double click on this, again we have to select this rectangle, then give OK. Again that dynamic block it will open. Suppose I want to apply rotate. Here we have a action name is rotate. So if I want to apply this action, so for this we need one rotate parameter, from here. So to first you have to apply the parameter, rotate parameter. So for that we have to click on these parameters. After clicking on it, we have here one parameter action, parameter thing. We have parameter, so that name is rotate. So if I want to apply this parameter, so from here we have to select this parameter. First we have to give the base point. Base point means from which point we have to fix it. Suppose if I give here at the lower left corner point, this point I want to fix it, we have to select like this. Then we have to give the radius. Radius means how much radius value I given for this line, that also you can give, or randomly we can select also, like from here I want to, from the other end of the point I given the radius, like this radius I want. Then here we have to give like the how much angle, from which angle you want to start rotating. Okay, so I want to start rotating from 0 degree only, so I have to click here 0. If I'm going to give 90 means from here it is that's from this 90 degree that object is start rotating. Suppose this base angle again starting rotating from 0. So after giving this 0 here, that action it is already applied for this, that parameter is applied. So after applying this parameter, we have to apply the action for this parameter. So since here we can see one error symbol, that I symbol we can see. So this symbol tell us that parameter it is not applied, the action it is not applied for this one, that's why it is showing this one. So if I already applied this action, so this symbol it will went off. So how to apply the action? For that we have to go for the action parameters. Here we have to select rotation, because this angle using this parameter we can apply only action parameter, only rotate action for this. So after going to the action, we have to select from here rotate. Then first we have to select the parameter. So which parameter you want to select means here we have to select one angle. After selecting this parameter, we have to select the object. So which object you want to apply rotate. So you have to select the object like this. Then we have to give enter. So if I give enter, so already this rotate action it is get applied in this object. So again if I'm going to give here close and save the changes, I want to save the changes. So if I select it, here we'll see one dot, this circle it will come. So from this dot we can select this and we can rotate through that base points. So actually previously what we did, we already moved this object from here to somewhere, so it is already shifting, that point is shifting from this point to this point. So if I place that shift point here, that from this point it is going to rotate it from here. After fix the point means, suppose I just show you one more example in the block editor definition. So here we have one more example, like suppose I want to apply lookup. What is the use of lookup means I already apply one rotation action for this. So if I select this center point, here, this circle, so from this circle we can rotate any angle, like we have to give the angle, rotation angle we can give here only 45 0 degree like this. So what is the use of lookup means that angle I want to fix it, before only I want to fix the angle for this object, means I want to rotate this object only on 0 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree, that angle I have to fix before only. So for that you have to give lookup for that. So how to apply that lookup action? So double click on this. So if I double click on this, again block editor it will open. After this you have to give OK. Here we have one action, that action name is lookup. So if I want to apply this lookup action, so for this first we have to apply the parameters for that. Without parameter action, that lookup action is not possible. So under parameter also we have one option, we have one tool like lookup parameter we have. So after selecting this lookup parameter, where we want to place this parameter, so we have to click there. After clicking on that, we have to apply the action for that parameter. So how to apply the action? Select this action, select this lookup action from here. If I select the lookup action, here it will ask you have to select the parameter. So you have to select the parameter, like here we already applied the lookup parameter, lookup. So after selecting this, if I select this lookup, so here one box it will open, property lookup table. So here if we have to add a property, so which property means I already applied two property here, like move and scale, I mean move and rotate. So if I'm going to click on this add property, so here we see we can three parameter it will come, like position x, position y and angle. Position x means if here I already apply that move command, so if I want to move in x direction, so here you have to keep position x. If I want to move in y direction, so here you have to give y. But if I want to add the rotation, means I want to give the lookup only for the rotation, so for that you have to select from here angle, then give OK. So this action, this rotate properties, it is get opened here. Here we have to give the angle, like that angle, which angle I want to rotate for that object. Suppose first angle I will give here 0, so that lookup name I will give it as 1. That first lookup is I given as 0. Second lookup means suppose I want to rotate the second angle as 30 degree, I want to rotate this, so that number I will give it as 2. Then the third I want to, suppose if I give here 45 degree, so what I'm giving this means here what I'm giving, so before only I'm giving the angle, that how much angle you want to rotate for this object. So I given here number 4. After set this lookup, if I give OK, so already we'll see that lookup it is applied here. This lookup action it will get applied. After this we have to close and we have to save the change. So if I select this, here we will see automatically one lookup arrow it will come. Means if I'm going to select this lookup arrow, here we will see that 1, 2, 3, 4 it will come. If I give 1, so 1 I given 0 degree, so it is coming 0. Second I given 30 degree, if I give 2, so automatically that angle, that object is rotated in 30 degree, because in the lookup I applied there 30. So if I give 3 means that is in 45 degree. So like this, before only we have to set the angle for this same object. So if I want to set the angle before only, so for that we have to use lookup in the block editor. So we can use the block editor. Thank you.